Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian from Whisper Status 74, and we are doing a multiplayer impressions video today. We're going to focus primarily on the standard multiplayer, not on the blackout or zombie mode, just on multiplayer. I'm playing on the Xbox One X on a Sony 900E. I'm dead. And being a longtime Call of Duty fan and player, I was not at all happy with the beta, did not have fun with the beta, both graphically and with its play. Really was not going to pick this game up. So I am happy to report that I'm actually having a really good time with it. I'm probably having a better time with this one than I did with World War II. What I will say is that this game is a Call of Duty game through and through. It feels that way. The gameplay is fast. The feeling of the guns, the gun handling, the shooting, everything feels fast and crisp, just like Call of Duty always did. And it really is a Call of Duty game through and through. It really does have that feel. Between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty World War II, I was very ready to get back to a modern shooter. It took me forever to kill that guy. Definitely miss modern shooters. I really enjoyed Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2. So I actually, as much as people wanted to get back to boots on the ground, to me I don't find it particularly special to be boots on the ground. I didn't mind the double jumping, especially in Titanfall. It was very herky-jerky in Advanced Warfare. I thought it was better in Black Ops 3. But I'm not super happy to have it go away, simply because these characters, while they're running and sliding, there's very else. You use the grappling hook with some of the other gear and everything else, but I just find it to be just typical Call of Duty and generic as far as that goes. So I am having fun with it, as I would any other Call of Duty game that I've ever played. I do like some of the maps. We'll focus on that in a second when we talk about the parts that I find negative. But Call of Duty fans, you're not going to really care what I have to say because you already have the game. But anybody who used to like Call of Duty, it's worth picking up. It's a pretty complete package with Blackout, the zombies, and a ton of modes to play. And it just does feel like a typical Call of Duty game. My issues with it are typically a little bit on the graphics, as I do think they're uninspiring. They're not a leap forward at all. They're not very clear for being native 4K. The HDR, I don't feel, is really anywhere to be found other than that little bit in the skybox. But it's just not a clear game. It's not very crisp for a modern title. So that is one of my visual gripes. I've seen other games look better, and it's got a gritty look to it while being a little too cartoony. So those are the graphical, that's kind of a hard combination. If you're going to be cartoony, like a Fortnite or an Overwatch, then make it crisp. If you're going to be gritty, then, kind of looking more realistic might be the way to go. Oh. So that is graphically. The shooting, like I said, the shooting feels great. The movement, this is where, if we're going to do boots on the ground, guys, and this is only my opinion, unless you're playing something like Battlefield, where you're looking for realistic and you're able to crouch and slide, I think if we're going boots on the ground, the game should look ultra realistic, and the maneuvering of the characters should be varied. You should be able to jump, slide, duck, roll. You should have a almost third-person feature set. There should be a better cover system if we're going to be boots on the ground. So that would be an evolution of what I'd be looking for in these titles. I don't want to go boots on the ground like I did 20 years ago. My character should be able to lean more. My character should have a different move set. If games like third-person shooters can have them, there's no reason why I shouldn't have just, different melees. Something more than what I've done forever. Some of the old Call of Duties had the dolphin dive where you can jump forward, roll, maybe a cover system where I can be in third person like the old Rainbow Six. That would have been welcome. So there's nothing new here. That's kind of the good and the bad. Oh, somebody was here. So the bad. So where do I feel that the game is lacking? Well, I just said it. You know, it's very generic. The maps are either really good or really, really terrible. Some of the maps, in my opinion, are definitely retreads from some of the other games. Typically, Advanced Warfare, I feel like they're directly the same. Just the same generic factories. You know, maps that don't look lived in. This is one of the maps I like better. Having the classic maps is great, but all the classic maps make me wish that this was a Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 remaster. I would have killed for that. I would have killed to have those games remastered the way they did Modern Warfare, minus all the extra microtransactions, of course. So I guess, you know, in terms of map design, some decent maps. I like this one and a couple of the other ones, but they're just very generic. The other ones are really cookie cutter. They actually look to me like they were designed by like a gamer that did them on their spare time. So the maps, you know, a couple of them are good. The remasters are fine. They also don't look great. For remasters, they should look stellar. They've had some particle effects, some weather effects, nothing in the scale of a Battlefield. You know, maneuverability, it's decent. You can jump up in these areas. But its biggest strength and its biggest weakness is there's really nothing new. What I don't love is the specials. To me, they're unnecessary. I didn't enjoy them much in Black Ops 3. I like them better there than I do here. I don't like not having a grenade. I don't like having whatever the hell this is. So, I mean, to me, it's just an added novelty and not necessary. I'm not a big fan of the specials, to be honest. I didn't like them in Black Ops 3, I don't like them in Infinite Warfare, and I don't love them here, especially since there's no campaign to really draw the context from. So it's really just a typical multiplayer. It's fun. Like I said, there's plenty of other modes, which I think adds value, having a full-fledged zombies and the blackout mode, which is where the real meat of the game is. I don't feel like they half-assed it in the multiplayer. I mean, they did do a good job. The gunplay great. It's fun. It's addictive like all the other Call of Duties. I went back and played World War II. I played Infinite Warfare. I played the remaster. And I realized that these games just, in my opinion, have not really improved. They're just all Call of Duties. So that's really probably what I don't like about them. Is when I was judging it, I was thinking to myself, is it really any good? I don't know. It doesn't feel as good as the others. The games, to me, the older games are better. Modern Warfare 2, World at War, even Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. So it could be that they're just really the same and that I'm tired of playing this way. So it reminds me of like racing games and driving games and fighting games. I loved them back then, but their lack of immersion really takes me out, where these other games have just immersion. You can go up and down mountains, you can use the environment. Call of Duty just has not caught on like that. You can't use the environment for anything. All this stuff is pre-rendered. There's really nothing to it. Also, the perk system is back, not the ribbons and all that nonsense in the firing range from World War II, which was just a showcase on how to sell you more, battle packs or whatever they were. So you get back to the old school sleight of hand, things like that. I think they're all here. I haven't gotten far enough to really play with those yet. It's nice to see that simplified. It's a little easier. Like I said, I do miss just having grenades and flashbangs and making it that way. So if they're going to keep that stuff the same, keep it the same. As far as, like I said, generic maps, this map reminds me of, simple maps from Black Ops 3 with the snow. So the game's fun, though. If you like Call of Duty, it's worth picking up. Like I said, my only issue is generic maps. I don't like the character novelty and having all that. I don't feel it's necessary. But if you're a Call of Duty fan, pick it up. It's a good package. The lack of single player is a complete bummer. But it's fun. Graphically, it's okay. But I say it's just average. It's basically your run-of-the-mill Call of Duty. Nothing more, nothing less. All right, guys. Thank you. As always, please leave your opinion in the comments section and let me know what you think. Thank you, guys. Take care.